Hey Spuddies, Potato Whiskey here, and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 6 as China, where we are building a massive empire made of Rapa Nui Moai heads. We are well on our way towards victory. We are making an insane amount of tourism from all of these tiles, all across my empire. And the only thing I have to say about Moais is that I want Moai of them. Next turn, we will get some envoys that we'll be able to put into the Rapa Nui city-state, which should allow us to go back to the construction and continue building out the Moai empire. Yes, it is the Moai empire. That is what my empire is now. It's no longer China. We are the Moai empire. Every single tile of my empire will be coated in these stones, and when our empire is presumably dug up for archaeological reasons 1,000 years from now, they'll be like, dude, why do they burn their empire to the ground? I don't know, but these other guys, they started like wearing their jeans and listening to their pop music. So we did just get cultural heritage, which means we do want to plug in heritage tourism. That's 21 tourism per turn. I'm going to plug that over Trade Confederation. It's going to be first of many tourism cards that we unlocked. But most importantly, we got the 3 envoys from there. We want to get environmentalism for the 25% tourism boost across my empire. Now, it's important to know that that tourism boost actually applies at the tile level. So this tile here, that's producing, I don't know, let me see, can I find a 4 drop? Like this one, this will go from generating 4 to 5 tourism. So you have to kind of understand that it's not applying to this number up here, it's actually applying to your individual number. So you're going to be ending up getting slightly less tourism than you would expect from a 25% boost. It's not going to be a massive reduction, but it's slightly less than you would expect. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong on that, but I'm like 99% sure that's how it worked. Royal Society, we'll get the Natural History Museum, perfect, that'll be 8 turns, and then we can put 4 more great works in here. We'll get the archaeologist in Handan, and it is time to take back Rapa Nui. It belongs to me, it is my city-state, and now we can begin the carpeting of our empire once again. And you can see every time I build one of these, my tourism should go up just a smidge, although I don't think that updates regularly. I forget how to make that update, but yeah, it doesn't update on a turn-by-turn basis. Instead, it updates, or sorry, it doesn't update on an action, but it updates like, I think it's like when you do certain actions, like send trade routes or whatever, sometimes it'll update, but I don't know what the exact trigger is. But yeah, it's time to ruin my empire in favor of making Moais. I just don't really think spies came in very useful this game. I don't know. I think Wu Zetian has a bit of an incongruency in her. I think a way to if you want to improve Wu Zetian, you want my hot take, make it so that spies established in other people's cities gives her a 25% tourism bonus or something, right? Like that's literally all you need to do. And then she becomes a congruent China civ. Right now she just feels incongruent. Like her bonuses don't really match up with the kind of gameplay that really works for China, which means she doesn't feel like it just feels, yeah, incongruent is the correct word, I think here. It does not feel cohesive. It does not feel like there is cohesion here. We're up to a healthy 600 tourism now. Keep making those archaeologists. Looks like a city flipped independent there, which is kind of an interesting happenstance. I may as well build the Cristo Redentor, although this is probably not the city to build it in. Now, I'll build a factory. I want more great people points. Build the lighthouse in here, shipyard in here. I'm light on tourists. I need spies, actually. That's like a big thing right now. Get me some spies, because I have not maxed out my spy capacity yet. It is kind of funny to me that in order to build Moai, there has to be no trees nearby. But I'm pretty sure that it was the using up of all the trees that made the Moai happen. I don't know, just a funny little quirk of how the game's mechanics work. Okay, Moai here, step up there, Moai there, Moai there. Now these Moai are relatively on par with a seaside resort. Now, let me double check. They can't be built on desert, can they? No, so it has to be, you know, fresh, high quality, fertile tiles. Can I buy more traders out here? Let's see if we can't get some relationships with city-states going here too. You, on the other hand, your production is really terrible because we've tanked our economy, as was the plan. Head back to Niani, you were kicked out. Go ahead and start establishing and stealing money again. Moai here, go there, delete this. I've stolen so much money. I've stolen so much money from Mali this game. It's really quite awesome. I'm loving it. There's the Cold War, so we can start to get some rock bands. I think I will get a couple rock bands now. Let me do that here in Taiwan. Who's my number 1 opponent for culture? It looks like it's America, actually. I could get a couple guys over to America. Yeah, I got to start rock banding in America. So the important way to think about how rock bands work is they generate the most tourism against they generate tourism against the person that they hit. So it's quite important that you hit the right person. And generally speaking, you want to hit the person that has the most culture generated so far in the game. So Pachacuti or actually America here are both really good targets for me. Probably Pachacuti over America, although who has more culture? Let me have a look here. Actually, Inca are my main target, so I shouldn't have built this rock band here. I will still send it against America. But my rock bands should be going towards the Inca because the total amount of tourists that I need to attract to my empire is based on the total amount of tourists, defensive tourists, that someone else is attracted to their empire. And you attract a tourist to your empire for every, I think it's a couple hundred culture. I don't remember exactly. The maths on that sort of stuff is kind of kept a little bit not transparent, opaque. Transparent is the opposite meaning of what I wanted to say. So we've got a giant carpet of Moai, very carefully avoiding this line infantry down here. I'd love to get rid of him. We're building up another carpet of Moai over here. That'll be fun when we get it nice and complete. We can claim another great person. I'll take an admiral, sure. So we need to keep suzerainty of Rapa Nui, so we should keep a few envoys in the bank, but otherwise we can keep like yoinking people like Bologna. And things should work out just fine for us as we rip and tear through the entire empire to make this one tile improvement. I'll take this rock band and take pop star. There's like a small chance that we succeed in America. Okay, steam power, brilliant. Moai here. I'm pretty sure we just hit no, we didn't. I thought we hit a phase of flooding because I heard like a bunch of tiles get pillaged. But sometimes I guess that can just be a random noise that happens. Moai here, chop there. You're good to go. Get rid of this lumber mill. Mine there. Chop here. Put the Moais down. Extend the network of Moai. I'll create a privateer. That's fine. But you can just go to sleep because I don't really have a use for a privateer. TBH. Natural Enemy. I like that. That's a cool band name. Let's buy a couple settlers here. If I settle right here, I basically grab all of this and I can turn all of it into a beautiful Moai. It's saying 116 turns. I think that's an under or overestimation or whatever. Especially once we have the tourism boosting abilities, we'll be fine. Like we don't even have computers yet. Nor do we have environmentalism. We can get those relatively quickly. Right, there's rapid deployment. We're 4 turns from environmentalism, like I was just saying. Go ahead and continue to produce this. Delete that. You go there. You go there. Rip that up. You're ripping up over here. Good job. Natural History Museum is in here. Let's go ahead and see if we can't purchase more great works. Religious, otherwise, don't care. I'll buy your sculptures. I'll put all my luxuries up for sale. Perfect. I will go ahead and buy other people's luxuries too and keep these cities super happy. I don't know where all this Diplo favor came from. What? Where did all this Diplo favor come from? Oh my God. Jesus. All right, we'll sell off our coal, sell off our niter. I think we're producing more coal than we're using anyway, so not it doesn't matter that we're selling this off, you know? But we'll get a bit of cash in the bank and keep things going. What are we looking like in terms of rooms? Let's look for great works of writing. All right, let's shuffle in. I've got room for 3 or 4 more great works of writing. Let's get on the old purchase train for that then. Great work of writing. Buy. I'm like a boy band. Buy. Can I find another amphitheater somewhere that I have yet to build? No. Okay. We're doing fine. We take a look at Shendu. More like Shenyu. And again, it's at that phase of the game where the most optimal way for me to gain tourism is to build these. That sucks. It is what it is. Put 2 points into Ayutthaya. Yoink that. Hold on to that envoy. We're going to get more envoys soon. Can't build those there. Moai. We shall move this settler and then buy builders in here to start retooling this landscape to be a Moai landscape. That's the beautiful thing about Moais, is that you don't need like a particular type of land. You can just kind of slap them down anywhere. As long as you have moderate like fertility. Oh right, I'm supposed to be buying rock bands and sending them to Inca before they can research music censorship. Right. Also, we're like super far ahead on the culture game. We're also still stealing like an insane amount of cash. Let's come in here. Rock band time. I'll grab them turn by turn. Let's rip this up. Keep getting those Moai. We got to rip and tear the whole landscape to shreds. We got an archaeological museum here. We can get an archaeologist. It's a beautiful thing. We can start the carpeting of Moai here. 2 builders should do the trick. But the gold investment that we are capable of doing is a thing to behold. We're basically like stealing all of the money from Mali. I do feel like I probably wouldn't have gotten nearly as much value out of these spies if there was no Mali in the game. which mad props to you, Molly, for being in the game and feeding me like thousands and thousands of gold that allowed me to accelerate my empire to the point where I'm winning the game like super, super fast. 60 turns until we win. I think we can get that down. I think so. Technically, it would be better if I replaced all of my Great Wall tiles with Moai, but I'm not willing to do that because that'll take too long in terms of micro. I would rather just focus on the tiles that I can easily convert. No tile is safe. No tile is safe. 50% chance that he dies, and dead. 750 tourism, how pathetic. This is like 90% of my rock bands, I swear to God. They die on the first time you use them. You would think occasionally, by like statistically speaking, I would occasionally get what I need. But there's a 25% tourism boost across my empire. Now we want to go ahead and shift on over. By the way, we're up to nearly 1,000 tourism. We want to shift on over here to pick up online communities for the 50% tourism output to civilizations that you have a trade route with. Quite important to pick up. We will keep this free city. We may as well. It's worth era score. And it's another place that we can develop Moai on. Ooh, Nan Madol is quite good here. I do want to hold on to. Rapa Nui is like the linchpin of my late game strategy here. It's quite important that I maintain my relationship with them. And also keep buying builders out here and chop. I just got a really strong longing to go back to Spain. Dude, I don't know why. But for like a very brief moment, I don't even know how to describe what I just experienced without sounding like a woo-woo, like I believe in magic. But the best way I could describe it is, it was like a desire to experience nostalgia. And I, for like the briefest of moments there, I smelt a smell I haven't smelt in years, which is like when you're on the beach and you put sunscreen on yourself and a little bit of the sunscreen gets on like that mustache area of your face and you can kind of smell it. I had a longing to experience that, right? Go back in my days and relive just being a kid chilling on a beach. I'm getting like emotional thinking about it now, strangely enough. I miss it, dude. those are good times. Is that just like the brain worms taking hold and like I'm actually, you know, that was just like those few neurons just like fired and died. I wonder what that is. I could probably be playing this more optimally, but you know, it's fine. We're making Moai. I'm Moaiing. Ooh. Yeah, we need to keep chopping and changing and cleaning up the lane. And, you know, I think things are going to be all right. We've got a huge carpet of Moai. We're about to connect the streams. And we're starting a new carpet over here, which has me excited. Look at this guy. He's excited to deforest the world. You know what? I am. Lumberjacks are on the forefront of the war against trees, and we should support them. They're on the front line. Day in, day out, they do be chopping. So this guy is promoted with the campus promotion, so I can pop in here, a 37% chance that he dies, and 750 tourism, 50 albums. Now, important to remember, that 750 tourism that I generate here, that is only generated against the Inca. This tourism per turn, how this works is, a tile, like say this Stonehenge right here, this is making 11 tourism per turn. That 11 tourism is then projected against every player in the game, and it goes through a series of multipliers, like trade routes, open borders, all that sort of stuff, and then that will give me my individual tourism output number against that civ. Whereas rock bands, it only generates tourism against the specific player that the rock band was used on. It's an important difference to know. All right, let's go ahead and get another rock band prepared here. Okay, none of these are very good, but I will take surf band and you will be the blind farms. I'm going to go ahead and remove this mine and we can start building a new Moai carpet over here. Moai carpet sounds like a the Russian rugs or whatever, or like an what were those things called? Like the Persian rugs? Is that what they called, Persian rugs? I can't remember. I just remember every house in Ireland in like the 80s and 90s and beyond had like one of those like giant rectangular rugs that looked vaguely like it was like an imitation Persian rug. I don't even know how do you even begin to describe something that you only barely remember as like a bubble? But basically, they were like these giant rectangular rugs that had like floral patterns and like little weaving things in them. Oh, no. They actually weren't imitation Persian rugs at all. I just Googled it. They were actually, there's like every house in Ireland had a Persian rug. At least I feel like it. Every house that I was in, like you would have the sitting room, you'd have like the coffee table, and underneath the coffee table was like a Persian rug. Pretty cool. Pretty cool for Persia, right? Got rugs in every house in the country. God, these are just terrible choices. Terrible rock band promotions. All right, another 37% chance and 3,000 tourism and 100 albums sold. So how this works is basically every time you make use of a rock band, they roll a D100. Not exactly that, but that's what I'm saying they do. We're simplifying. And based on the level and performance strength of the rock band, the probability that they have really good success or really bad success kind of fluctuates. The tier of the performance dictates whether or not the rock band promotes. It dictates how much tourism they generate and how many albums they sell. Albums are actually one of the most important mechanics for rock bands because you essentially put a decimal point here after the first two numbers, and that's how much extra tourism they generate every time they go to do a mission. So if you have a rock band with 1,000 album sales, you put the decimal point here, they're generating 10 times the amount of tourism that a normal rock band would be. This guy right here is generating 1.5 times the normal amount of tourism. So the longer you can keep them alive, the more powerful they get. They get really, really, really like impossibly strong. I'm just going to go ahead and hit the wonders to let them die because it's the best thing to do with a rock band, in my opinion. If you can't get the good promotion, drop them on a wonder. But this should help because I'm specifically targeting the Inca with my rock bands. This should lower their defensive tourist, their domestic tourist numbers. We're 19 turns from winning, so I think we're on a really good pace. Look, like my Moai fields, they're just starting to get filled with tourists as they like wander around in confusion. It's like, there's just stones everywhere. Is that what these guys do? They just make stones? Very cool. You know, it's kind of like, you know, if you have a single civilization, you know, they lived on this little island and they made little Moai stones and you go to it, you're like, oh, this is kind of an interesting curiosity. But then you saw this other civilization that like dedicated their entire society to making the stones. You would want to know. I think if you ran into the China in this game in real life, you would be like, dude, aliens are real, because there's no way you could convince people to sit here and for 400 years completely rip down their society and replace it with these little standing stones. There must be another reason. There's got to be an explanation for this. All right, Moai, head here, and then do a little Moaiing. Momoa. Oh my God, Jason Momoa. His name is like the Milady meme, but he's like Moai, but he's like Momoa. Oh, that shouldn't make me laugh so hard. I don't know why it does. All right, bro, you gotta level up. You're letting me down a little bit. Oh, we hit the level, baby. 2,500 tourism generated, a second tier performance with 150 albums sold, promotion available, leveled up. Now, why is the level up so important? Well, the level up is so important because the higher the level your rock band is, the more likely they are to not only survive a performance, but also continue to level up and continue to generate more tourism. So now this guy is really putting the pressure on Pachacuti. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually see this domestic tourist number start to go down for him. So we'll see. At the very least, it'll stagnate as we essentially we're like bombing his we're review bombing his tourism. Here comes the Moai, oh I do love the Moai. Hey, we found Bandar Brunei. They're pretty good. They're pretty good city state. She's saying, Korea is saying your people are lazy and untrustworthy. And I'm like, dude, have you seen the work we put in to build these stone heads? I don't think you know what lazy means. I think you just made up your own definition of lazy. Professional sports, excellent. We would love to build the Estadio de Maracana. Unfortunately, our production line has completely been crippled. But if I buy the stadium, we should see a couple of cities improve. But interesting thing about the Estadio de Maracana, this applies to every city in your empire. You get the culture, which is insane. You think about that. You think every city in your empire gets the... Oh, fuck, I just planted woods. That's the opposite of what I want to do. I'm trying to get rid of all the wood so I can plant the other thing. All right, so how are we looking here? Moai there. Go ahead and buy this. Harvest that wheat. Perfect. Come here, Moai. Chop there. Buy this tile and this tile. We need to get rid of them all. It's hard to tell just how many more I need to kill this line infantry here. Can I buy... Maybe these skirmishers can do it. Ooh, 2 levels higher on theater square districts. This is huge. Because he's level 2 and he gets 2 levels from this, he's going to be performing as a level 4 rock band, which is insanity to be able to perform at that level. That is insane. Let's do another one here. This guy will probably die. Oh, 2,500. This is what I would call like an expected value positive rock band. Like, that's pretty damn good. Yep. So we actually brought down Pachacuti's number of domestic tourists from 192 to 190. We're at 103 out of 191. So I think we should see actually, yep, he went back up to 192. We should start to see we're accelerating towards our victory very rapidly. Because now we can go perform on some of these theater squares, right? And we only have a 16% chance to die. Now, I do think it's probably worth it for us to continue to perform on campuses, particularly ones with universities, like this one over here, because it's slightly more optimal because we are a slightly higher level. Oh, don't forget the volcano over here is actually really good for the Moai. This guy somehow managed to survive. Baffling. Very, 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 very baffling as to how he managed to survive. Tourism is up over about 1,179, so we should start to see like significant gains in tourists every single turn. Moai here, and we're still optimizing. I don't mind him capturing this builder because it'll distract him from attacking my skirmishers. I'll be able to shoot him with the city, hit him with the 2 skirms, and then potentially kill this line infantry with minimal... Okay, all right, let's shoot him once. Step forward, you shoot him, and then you shoot him, and then he's dead. And then we can go back to building Moai down here in the deep south of my empire. Okay, social media is completed. Let's come in here and we will plug in. We don't have any great works of music. Online communities, you can replace liberalism. I'm willing to lose those amenities. I'm willing to lose invention in exchange for satellite broadcasts. We can start making my great works of music fit into my build. And then we can just do near future governance and all these kind of late game civics. We've basically completed the civic tree when it comes from our perspective of what we need to actually achieve. Okay, 26% chance of failure, and he leveled again. 3,000 tourism generated, 200 albums sold, promotion available, leveled up. Dude, he's up to 500 album sales. He's a level 3 rock band. This dude does not get much stronger. If he hits album cover art and can start to do rock bands on Wonders, I think that is just a game winner. Album cover art. Album cover art is one of my favorites. It's such a good promotion for getting a little bit of value out of your rock bands. Boom. Look at this island already just completely coated in tourism. Tourism, 8 tourism, 7 tourism. So you can see here, technically, this thing that is producing 7 tourism is making 8. When it should be 7 times 1.25 would be closer to 9, I think. Let me do the math. 7.1.25 would be, yeah, just under 9. So they significantly nerfed how tourism works way back in the day. But it's still pretty damn good. Got 25 turns until a tourism victory. 15 turns. We're right there. And the big thing that's keeping us going is the fact that we're suppressing Pachacuti's. We're suppressing the growth of his tourism. Religious rock. Wow. Okay, but a Ghost to 11 is pretty good. The more important thing is that he is just a level higher. All right, let's go ahead and do here. 50-50 shot. He died, but he did generate 3,000 tourism, so he's like EV positive, which I appreciate. All right, let's do this. He's got a 37% chance that he dies. He's going to generate 1,000 tourism, and he nailed it. 1,000 tourism, 150 albums, and he leveled up. Amazing. Amazing. I'm going to take back Ayutthaya just for fun. We've got all these. Yep, we're good. I'll take Mitla just for fun as well. A little bit of suzerainty, and then we're good to go. I do think that Barbarian Clans, as fun as it is, it kind of breaks the game. I have a hard time like seeing, even myself here, I'm kind of including myself in this, seeing people play with like a bunch of game modes and be like, oh dude, it was so poggers, I won in like turn 150. It's like, yeah, but you played with like all the most broken game modes. I mean, I get that that's like how the game is played. I like the game modes in the sense that they offered like a la carte selections for how you want to play the game. What I don't like about them is that it feels less like I'm playing a single cohesive, unified vision of what civilization is. But I think that's just like a trade-off you make when you make that kind of a decision. But that's just, there's no way to work around that. Those are just a strictly and or kind of statement, right? You get this or you get this. You don't get both. So there's globalization. Nothing in here is particularly interesting to me. Nothing in here is particularly important for me. And we got to choose our spy. We did build a spy. Probably at this point, though, I think we're a little bit beyond caring about spies, because we are literally on the verge of victory with 10 turns away, thanks to these rock bands, just smashing it. Get over there. Promote with entertainment complex is pretty good. Let's work this theater square. So he's only got a 9% chance that he dies. Oh my god, and he leveled up again. He did another top tier performance, 2,000 tourism gained, another 200 albums sold. Bro, how can a unit be this based? I don't understand. That was meant to be like, he was only meant to generate like 250 tourism from that. That was meant to be like a B tier, not even B tier. That was meant to be like a keep the lights on gig, you know? Good job. Everything is coming up. Millhouse. Forgot to promote Reina. A little bit of a mistake there. Let's come in here. Gold purchase. Just for fun, we will gold purchase ourselves a little preserve in here. And then we'll buy the We'll buy the Grove and we'll buy the Sanctuary just to make the tiles pretty. Like, it's been a while since we've seen an empire like this. I really want to make a Grove-based gameplay work. And I think the Civ to do it on is the Maori, because they get better production from unimproved forests. So I'm going to like try to maybe like find an Arborea map or something. Make a giant, beautiful Maori, like land-based empire. All right, we met James Joyce. Perfect. Welcome to the fold. And we got another great musician. Not that we have anywhere to put those great works of music just yet, but it's good to have, you know, the potential to succeed. Build our final Moai around this volcano, giving us huge value. My spy leveled up, sabotage production at a higher level. Not that the choice, again, at this point in the game, when you reach this level of the churn. That's right, I'm making Morbus do work. When you reach this level of the churn, it's not that important what happened. 7,750 tourism from a 4th tier performance. Oh my god. Outrageous. Let's see, how do you do? You leveled up again. Holy shit, a 2nd tier performance. 2,500, 150 albums sold. That is ridiculous, dude. My rock bands are actually hitting so hard right now. This might actually be the greatest rock band RNG I've ever had playing Civ. Literally the greatest. It's an untouchable level of rock band RNG. Like, it's insane. So 3 turns until the industrial era is over. Yeah, that's fine. My spy was killed. Whoop-de-doop. He did a great job for those thousands of years that he was stationed in the Mali Empire. I was like, hey, can I come home? It's like, no, dude, you're deep undercover, okay? Keep it up. I'm going deeper undercover. My entire empire is just fueled by the gold that I've stolen from these guys. Like, it's genuinely hilarious how much I've stolen from the Malian Empire. You have another promotion. I guess I'll take Roadies. What is this? What is this tile? Why can't I tell what this is? It's a campus. Okay, go to this campus. Open borders check. Okay, open borders ran out. Let's do our open borders. We'll open up the diplomacy screen, going from the top of the list to the bottom. We will go through and negotiate ourselves. We do a little open bordering. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Do-woo. Okay, open borders, gold, thank you very much. We'll talk to Abraham Lincoln. Hey, listen, buddy, give me those delicious, delicious open borders. Christina, thank you for the open borders, my dear. Yes, Mansamusa, it's very funny that I'm about to win the game. Thank you so much. 6 turns. Now America is the main target of domestic tourism. But unfortunately, I don't have a super Giga Chad rock band over there fighting in the musical trenches. We steal more cash. We steal a lot more cash, an absurd amount more cash. But boom, and my win rate has slowed down. I do not appreciate this. 16% chance of death, 5,000. Rolled really low, actually. Really, really low roll on that one. Very unfortunate. However, new rock bands do rise up. Let's do religious rock. What a completely useless promotion. And at this point, we can just click the end of the culture tree because we don't really care about what we unlock. We did, however, unlock a broadcast center. We could place a great work of music in there. And that's a pretty good deal. And then we'll just do Theatre Square festivals because we've got nothing else to do with these projects. Because I think we can win just by waiting. This will be a waiting game because the second that we get computers, our tourism will spike again up to a very, very large number. And so we have no need to alter course. We are on the straight and narrow. Lovely. So we've researched computers, giving us another 25% tourism across our empire, which means baseline, we're stealing at least 1 tourist from every player in the game before modifiers. After modifiers, with trade routes and open borders and all that sort of stuff, we should be seeing much bigger numbers. So that's great. Because if you combine open borders with a maxed out online communities trade route, you get basically double tourism. Now, of course, there are downsides, right? Different religions, different governments, all this sort of stuff kind of fights against that. But yeah, should only be a couple of turns until we knock it out of the park. And kind of similarly, now that we have computers, we just click on the end of the technology screen because we're done. Let's go ahead and play Air Cave. Ooh, nice. You sold some albums. Good job, guys. Didn't do amazing, but they did okay. The important thing is they didn't get booed off the stage and killed by the band, which is kind of how I imagine it. Like when a rock band performs poorly, like in this universe, it's not like, oh dude, like we're not renewing your label signing, you guys didn't, the people out there, the crowd didn't really like you. It's like the crowd is so like completely enraged by how bad the band is that they like storm the stage and throw them in a volcano. They're like, yeah, this music is so bad no one can ever hear it ever again. not allowed to be played on the radio. Even the band, the people who wrote it, they need to be sacrificed to the deity, Asmodeus or whatever. I made up a demonic name. Actually, I think Asmodeus was from Dimension 20. Critical Role? Did they do something with... Maybe I saw a clip. I do watch a lot of Brendan Lee Mulligan D&D clips, which, by the way, I'm starting a new D&D channel. With the boys, we'll be doing a little D&D. We do a little D&D. It's alright. You'll find out. It'll be interesting. I think it'll be fun to do a D&D channel. I don't think it'll necessarily be particularly financially successful, but I'm really curious to see if it will be financially viable in the sense that it will pay for itself. So we're intending to invest a decent bit of cash into it, and the hope is that it will pay for itself and be an interesting and fun experience. That's the dream. We have a fun, interesting experience that we can provide to you guys. Links and stuff like that, that'll all come in due time. It's not ready yet. Right, let's go ahead. 1,000 tourism, 9% chance of failure, and 8,250 tourism. That's an extra few tourists. We're 3 turns from victory. Boom, baby. It's all coming together for me now. Metal casting, and we are 1 turn from victory if we roll well on this next tourism roll. 4% chance this is their final gig, so very, very low chance of failure. 2,200. Okay, it was pretty weak performance, to be fair. Let's take a rock band level here. I can't believe these guys leveled up. I'm blown away. I don't know how they leveled up. It's statistically, I think it's like less than a 1% chance of leveling up if you don't have bonuses to leveling. Or if you don't have bonuses to your level, rather. Should be how I phrase that. Here we go. 1 turn. 1 turn. Raise his eyebrow. Tilts head. 1 turn. Yeah, baby. We did it. 217 tourists out of 215. Victory is secured. And I hope you guys enjoyed this little Moai empire. Let me hit that button and look at all that Moai. Simba, every tile you see is the Moai. What about the ungreen tiles? Never go there. Hell yeah, check that out. That's pretty cool. That's kind of neat. But yeah, that's all she wrote. Shift, enter, end the turn. We win the game. No more actions matter because it is GG.
The worth of a culture is not measured by its accomplishments, but in how those accomplishments last and how they are remembered. The beauty that you have inspired our people to create will ensure that our culture stands for all time.
So you saw the end of Game Movie. We managed to succeed. Wu Zetian, I think she's kind of a weak leader. Gotta be honest with you, she's not that great. She's not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but she's not as good as she could be. Very interesting graphs here, by the way. We captured no cities. We founded a ton of cities, and I mean a ton. We managed to build a decent number of districts. We managed to make an insane amount of culture in this game, like genuinely insane. Bump up and catch up to the AI pretty effectively, I would say. I think this was about when I bought that library in university. I could be wrong though. But I'm going to call that the end of this episode, the end of this series. Let's do just one more turn so we can get a nice, pretty picture of the Empire without any stuff. And there we go. That's all she wrote. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.